All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. I am Richard Hurst, and I will be your host tonight. And tonight we are with the Average Off-Road Racing League, where we're going to see some high-flying dirt racing action. And right now they have about 30 seconds left in qualifying, and it's been some exciting qualifying laps that I've seen on the track. But we'll get into qualifying in just a few moments, and we'll see how the first heat is going to line up. So sit back, grab that cold beverage, and get ready for some high-flying truck action. And we will step aside for just one moment. Oh, as we see a truck flipping on its lid. You're going to step aside for just one moment and listen to that beautiful national anthem. All right, I do have the sound turned. I had the sound turned off for just a moment. Appreciate y'all catching that. Appreciate that. All right, we got about 3 minutes left in qualifying, and it should be a pretty exciting racing as we have about 24 drivers loaded into tonight's race. And if it's anything like it has been, it's been very exciting. This is the third race of a 6-race season. And 1 second, I'm trying to get ATVO to work with me. But it's one of the bigger tracks of the season, and they do have 8 turns, and you can see as they have a high-flying racing action coming in each and every turn. They do have a long straightaway coming out of turn number 4 into turn number 5, and a pretty substantial straightaway coming from 5 to 6, and 6 to 7. We should see a lot of racing action right there. But 8 turns of high-flying dirt action will be coming your way very, very shortly, as they are just about done with qualifying. We'll get into heat number 1. It's going to be 6 laps for heat number 1 and 6 laps for heat number 2. Then we will have the main event. That's going to be 12 laps with a stage break at lap number 6. They'll get all bunched back up. A couple of drivers will get laps back if there are laps down. And there we go, about a minute and a half left to qualifying, so you still got time to grab that drink. And it looks like Salgado is going to have the fastest lap on the track in qualifying so far. Plummer's going to be right there behind him, about 0.8 of a second. And you know what? Let's ride around. Let me get my cameras up. My camera screen up. And let's ride around with the 14. And this is going to be Hunter. There you can see he's coming out of turn number 2, headed for turn number 3. And that is going to be a tight hairpin left-hand turn. And he's going to gas it and try to get all the momentum he can, headed towards that big jump. Just headed down that straightaway, going to turn number 4. Oh, it switched on me. My bad. All right, 17 seconds left in qualifying, and we'll get to our first heat. And does he have enough time to make it to the start-finish line? And he did not. All right, gridding up for the first heat is going to be Salgado, Ives, Hunter, Nordstrom, Crowther, and Olsen. Rogers, Matt Banky going to be out there on the track. Brandon Matthews, Hong. Hopefully I said that right. They've been off for a few weeks, so I haven't been able to call their names in a few weeks. But they are all getting gridded up and getting ready to take that pace lap around and take that green flag. 6 laps for heat number 1. $11 trucks on the track. I do believe we have about 22 trucks total. And there is the number 19, going to bring him to the start-finish line to start off heat number 1. Got the 921 of Ives. He's going to be starting in second. Hunter is going to be starting in third. You got Nordstrom. He is going to be starting in fourth. Crowther is going to be starting in fifth. Olsen is going to be starting in sixth. And then number 48. Number 31 of Rogers is going to be starting in seventh. And, it's actually a single file restart. Still kind of new to the dirt road action, and here we go, headed into turn number 1, and that track map is not correct. Let's see if we can get that corrected. All right, it looks like Salgado, he is going to have a pretty substantial lead over second place, but coming into the turn, it looks like the 921, he is going to try to make up a little bit of ground, but could not do it. That's going to be Jeff Ives. Olsen going to be hot on the trail. He's going to be up 8 positions from where he started. It showed him starting in the 11th spot, and you can see he is trying to take those turns to the inside, not able to get there. Here they come down that straightaway, headed for turn number 4, and the track map is not doing us any good. So it looks like SDK is having a little bit of problem, so we're going to go ahead and hide that. And I thought I was going to have it all nice and show the numbers of turns that they have, but not going to be able to do it today, as STK not wanting to cooperate with me. Looks like we got a truck spun, and that is going to be, I believe that is going to be No, that's not going to be Matthews. I believe that's going to be Olsen. He is going to be spun around, headed the wrong direction, but it looks like Salgado, he is going to be bringing him across. Heat number 1, lap 1 still underway. We got quite a few viewers out there on the stream. We appreciate y'all stopping by. And lap number 2 is now underway, as these two have broken away from trying to get the ticker up for you so you can see, you know, how much of an advantage they have. And they have about a second and a half advantage over Rogers in that number 20. Here he comes out of turn number 3, headed down. Oh my goodness. And it looks like Ives is going to be flipping down the front, flipping down that straightaway, coming out of turn number 3 into turn number 4. And he is going to be upside down. He's going to have to tow that truck. But here comes Salgado. He has a substantial lead, 2.4 seconds over Rogers. Rogers taking over that second spot as Ives was flipping down that straightaway. And he's going to come down into turn number 6. I do believe that is, as I don't have the track map. Yes, that is going to be turn number 6, headed for turn number 7. Only a total of 8 turns on this track. And we got a battle starting to heat up, and that is going to be Crawford and Crowther. He is really taking a tight turn into turn number 7, coming out of turn number 7, headed for turn number 8. They'll cross over the start-finish line and start off turn number 3. We'll see if their track map wants to show correctly now. Probably not, but we'll try it. And track map still does not. Oh, there it is. Oh, yes, we got it. And there you can see the 19 coming down that long straightaway out of turn number 3, headed for turn number 4. That is a very tight left-handed hairpin, and Rogers going to be hot on the trail, but he's gonna oversteer it and kick. He did not have the momentum going to the corner like he wanted to. Crawford and Crowther, they are really still hot on each other's tails, but Nordstrom, he has got a battle with Tyler. Tyler looking to take the inside. Not going to be able to get there this time. And we'll put up the numbers for you so you can see exactly what turn they're in. There's a lot of action that comes on these tracks, and I'm glad it's a little bit bigger track because it takes them a little bit more to get around this track, and you're able to see. But Ives going to be out of the race. Banky, he's going to be back here. He's going to be right there in 9th. He doesn't have any challengers, but he's going to have a pretty good finish here if he can make it. Lap number 4 underway, and there is that Gravedigger. And that is going to be Brandon Matthews. He's going to be currently running in the 6th position, trying to make up a little bit of time on Tyler as he comes in and he smacks the wall, kicks that truck sideways. But Hunter going to have the fastest lap at a 1.17. But there's going to be your leader right now trying to finish this thing out strong. He will start on the front row. He will be your pole sitter here in tonight's race in the feature. And here he comes into turn number 8. High jump coming into turn number 8. Tight left-hander headed for the start-finish line. And he is going to start lap number 5. And we got a Crawford fan out there. And there he is right there. Looks like Olsen is still going to be parked out on the track. He is going to be showing in the 11th spot. Got Rogers still out there in a second. He has got about a 3.2 second gap between him and Salgado. Crowther going to be right there in 3rd. He has created a little bit of distance between. He was battling with Crawford at the time, but now he has got Jeremy Nordstrom. He is trying to make up some time and take away a position, and there you can see he is coming out of turn number 6. And Regroup Foundation, appreciate y'all stopping by and joining in. We've got quite a few viewers out there. Tell us who you're rooting for. Actually, this is the first heat, so your driver might not be on the track, but here comes the leader, and that is going to be Salgado. He is making some moves. Jeff Ives has, even though he's laps down, he has put in the fastest time at a 1:17.7. And it looks like Gravedigger is trying to overtake the number 24, and that is going to be Brandon Matthew and Tyler Hung. they are going to be the closest battle on the track. And it looks like, Brandon Matthews had a mistake on the track, and he just went ahead and towed it. So he's going to be couple laps down as we are still under lap number 5, headed for lap number 6 as the leader is. I do believe he's headed through turn number 6. Oh, he's going to make a little bit of a mistake right there and lose a little bit of time. And oh my goodness, Rogers is going to be upside down. And he gets it back on all 4s. But here comes Crowther. He is going to overtake 3rd place. And here comes Nordstrom. Is he going to be able to get there? We are on the final lap of tonight's race. And wow, a mistake costed a couple positions, but still a 3-way battle for the 2nd spot. And right now, Crowther and Rogers, they are going to be battling it out on this last lap, trying to get the best position for the final heat. And I believe Crowther is going to be able to take it. Salgado, he is going to bring his truck across the start-finish line and take the checkered flag. So he is going to be tonight's winner of heat number 1. And here come the others. They are coming through turn number 6, headed for turn number 7. And it is a side-by-side battle. 66 has lost the right rear fender of that number 66. But they are going to cross the start-finish line. And that is going to be 2nd through 5th right there. Or 4th right there. So the 19 to Salgado, Rogers is going to win the first heat. Rogers is going to end up in 2nd. Crowther is going to end up in 3rd. Nordstrom is in 4th. Hunter is going to finish out in 5th. And Crawford going to finish out in 6th. Couple mistakes on the track. We'll see how heat number 2 turns out. Well, hello there, Chastity. Eli says, I want to go fast. Oh, don't we all? Don't we all? All right. Well, looks like heat number 2 is going to get all loaded in just a moment. We're going to see how these drivers handle this track. As we've seen a couple drivers end up on their lids. Will we see that again in heat number 2? Only time will tell. All right, 10 drivers going to be loading in this round. And it's going to be Plummer. Going to have Claus. You're going to have Johnson. McLaughlin. Stella. Adam Flieger. That's a name we know. Andreas. Jeff Nordstrom. Brent Smith, he's been showing a lot of speed here in the last 2 races, and Joey Rickards going to be all lined up, getting ready to go, and we're waiting on one more, and then we'll see that green flag drop for about 6 laps. All right, got somebody out there rooting for the number 3. Not in this heat, but we'll be on the track in just a little bit. And the green flag is out, and we are underway. Claus jumping out into the lead, headed for that start-finish line. And the track map does not like the heat, so we're gonna try to hide that. I thought it was gonna work for us, but it's not. For some reason, SDK does not like the track maps, after heat races. Not exactly sure why, but we got a heck of a battle, and it is going to be one big hornet's nest. And everybody's bumping and banging. The 29, the 45, and you got the 298. They are going to be all battling for the same positions. Already a couple crinkled fenders. And, oh my goodness, it looks like Nordstrom, he is going to have he's probably going to have to tow that truck, as he has a lot of left front damage coming out of turn number 2. But Claus is going to have a substantial lead. He's going to have about a 1.2 second lead as he exits this corner, headed for that start finish line. They just come out of turn number 2, coming out of turn number four, coming into turn number 5, headed for turn number 6, trying to get that track map or that tower up, but it won't come up until they cross the start finish line. But 53 going to be, and that's going to be Johnson. He's going to be hot on the tail, but he's going to have about a 1.2 second gap in between him and the 77-42 of Stella. He's going to have his hands full of Brent Smith. Brent Smith has had a lot of speed the last 2 races, as I said before, but coming out of turn number 6, headed for turn number 7 and 8. They are going to be pretty much nose to tail. 42 going to be almost turned around by the 45. They're going to be banging fenders as they come out of turn number 8 and across the start finish line. We are on lap number 2. All right, since that doesn't want to show up, there we go. We got a little bit. We got something showing. If one doesn't show, we do have another. But Johnson's going to be holding that second position. Stella going to be right there in third. Got Brent Smith. He has worked his way up into the 4th position. Oh, he's going to have a little bit of a problem. And now he's got McLaughlin going to be right there to the inside. McLaughlin not going to be able to put the power down. And Rickard going to be right there in the mix also. About 4 trucks battling for the same position, all within about a half a second of each other. 2 going to be fighting for the 3rd position. And oh my goodness, that was going to be the 42 and the 45 getting together, almost sending that 42 for a wild ride, but he was able to hold it down on the track. But McLaughlin and Rickard, they are going to be right there nose to tail also coming into turn number 7, headed for turn number 8 as we are getting ready to start off on lap number 3. And the 77 going to have a substantial lead over the rest of the field. And I do believe we have a problem with Claus. Showing Claus is going to be in first. There he is right there in the 77. Johnson's going to be in second. Somebody popped in on, if a truck goes off the track into another part of the track, it could show them the leader for 1 second. And that's what it did. It threw me off just for a second. See if we can get this tower up and working. It's still not going to work. But Stella still trying to make up a little bit of ground on Johnson, and he has made up about a half a second. He's got about 0.3 of a second separating him from the 53. Brent Smith still going to be right there holding on to a fourth place position. He's got a few panels missing off of that truck, but it's still showing a lot of speed. Joey Rickards, this battle has spread out just a little bit. 79 going to make a wide turn coming. Oh my goodness, contact between the 29 and 79, and he is going to gather it up, but he's going to lose a little bit of ground as he tries to keep that truck straight. Still a few panels missing off of that number 29 of McLaughlin. Turn number 1 is going to spread out just a little bit, and it looks like Anthony Stella is going to be able to grab the fastest lap, and he is right there in the second. 42 is going to be able to take over the position from the 53 of Johnson, coming out of turn number 3, headed for turn number 4, that real tight left-handed hairpin. And he is on, oh my goodness, almost flipping that truck over, and that was Brent Smith. He almost went for a wild ride, but headed to turn number 5. It is still anybody's position from second all the way back to 6th. These trucks are within a second of each other, and we saw the first heat. A couple trucks landed on their heels. Adam Flieger going to be out of the race or laps down. Jeff Nordstrom, he had to go into the pits and get his truck repaired. But this is going to be your current leader as we are on lap number 4 of 6. 42 still holding strong in that second position as they come out of turn number 7, headed for turn number 8. That start-finish line trying to get lap number 5 underway. And Brent Smith worked his way up into the 3rd position. Lap number 5 is currently underway, and look at that! Look at the high-flying action from the 53 as he was able to keep it straight, coming off of that jump a little bit sideways. Now into turn number 3, headed for turn number 4. They are side by side, and that is going to be Rickards and Johnson. Johnson was holding second place for quite a while, but now coming to turn number 4, he might lose another position as they make a little bit of contact in turn number 4. 79 going to be able to nose himself out front of the 53 of Johnson. So Johnson falling back from where he started this race. So a couple mistakes cost him a couple positions, but he still has another lap to get that back. Claus is going to be out front in that number 77. As he is coming into turn number 3, headed for turn number 4. He has got a substantial lead over the rest of the field, so he is going to be one of those trucks to look for coming into the final feature. Gotcha. Appreciate that, Dak. Appreciate that. Plus. I very much appreciate that. Like I said, I don't get a lot of time to, and we are under the final lap. I don't get a lot of time to speak to a lot of drivers. Some of them, once the race is over, they pretty much bail out. And some are in Discord, some are not. But final lap is underway. The 77 coming out of turn number 4, headed for turn number 5. He's only got a couple turns left before this race is this heat is final, and he, as long as he doesn't make any mistakes in the next 3 turns, he will have that first position locked down in heat number 2. Still under fire is going to be Stella, and he is going to have Smith hot on his trail coming into turn number 5, headed for turn number 6. That short straightaway into that left-hander. And they are giving it all they have as the 77 is going to be able to take the checkered. Stella and Brent, they are going to finish second and third. Rickard, he has made his way up to the 4th position. Little bumping and banging, and McLaughlin in 5th. Little bumping and banging in this heat, but it was definitely not a disappointer. Didn't see the trucks on the roof like we saw in the first heat, but the finale is coming your way, and we're going to have, looks like about 21 trucks on the track at the same time. So how many heats total? There's going to be a total of 2 heats, and then there's going to be the final feature. That's going to be a total of 12 laps. We're going to see that stage break come in at lap number 6, and they're going to get all bunched back up together, and then we'll have, then they'll race it out until lap number 12. But they're going to have a little bit of a warm-up here, and then we'll get to that high-flying dirt racing action. And it looks like Matt Banky saying this start is gonna be nuts. 21 trucks all starting at the same time. You have Rickards, he is going to be starting on the pole. You have Johnson going to be starting in second. Actually, they're all going to be starting in a line. Land rush starts. Fun to watch, that's for sure. Everybody's starting in a line, so should be a pretty interesting restart, as we got about 2 minutes in the warm-up. So last few drivers going to get those last practice laps in, see where they can improve those lap times. But one to look out for is going to be Brent Smith, that number 45. Going to be the 77. That's going to be another one to look out for. He's not on the track yet. Matt Banky out there trying to put in some laps. I don't see. Oh, there he is. Adam Flieger is going to be in here. 53, he lost a few positions in heat number 2, but let's see how he does in the final. With 21 trucks all together, it's going to be, we're going to see some fenders missing. We're probably going to see some trucks upside down. There's no telling what we're going to see. Is my track map going to work for me now? Probably not, but we'll see. We'll try to restart it, see what it does before they get under the way. Well, if you're just now joining us, we appreciate y'all stopping by. We're going to take a short break and let's go side by side and take a look at one of our sponsors for tonight's race. All right, all the drivers are getting loaded in. 21 drivers, and it's showing Crowther going to be right there in first. Pit stops at comp yellow. Appreciate that information there. There's Skittles. And everybody gritting in, getting ready to take that green flag. Let's see if we can get our cameras right. There we go. And just a few more getting ready to grit in. And there's all the drivers. And tonight we will be giving out the hardest charger. The hardest charger is going to be presented by 906 Dirt, and we are going to be under green as of right now. 21 drivers, all trying to get that first position right out of the gate. And let's see who is going to be able to... Oh my goodness, there's all kinds of action. Gravedigger are going to be around, and there's so much stuff going on the track. I'm not exactly sure if I can find him. Oh my goodness, it looks like Nordstrom, he is going to be already beat up and banged up, but that truck is still moving, and Gravedigger going to be on his side, and he's going to hit the wall. Can he get it back on all fours? Nope, he's going to have to tow it. 77 going to be out front. He is going to be making his way into turn number 3, or excuse me, this is turn number 2. And he is going to be able to get himself out of clear of all the chaos right there behind him. But you got Stella and Smith there are going to be battling out. Fenders hanging off these trucks. 45 going to be on the outside. 42 going to be on the inside. 42 is going to get on the embankment just a little bit, lose a little bit of ground. Here comes the 19. That's Salgado. He won his first heat. And now he's going to find himself back in the 4th position. So far, the biggest mover of this heat is of this final feature is going to be Johnson, and that number 53. He had a pretty good run in his heat, but he lost a few positions as he held second for quite a while. And let's go to the laps. There we go. Lap number 1 out. Oh, it is 15 laps here tonight. Thought it was going to be 12, but we'll see. We'll see that competition caution come out about lap number 7. And now we got a battle for the lead. It's going to be the 45 and 77. 45 was able to overtake the 77 on that inside. Here they come into turn number 7. And that long carousel left-hander. Oh my goodness, somebody's going to be on their side, and that's going to be the 19. He is going to be able to gather it up. And into turn number 8. It is going to be the 45, 77, and 19 is going to be your top 3. Out of turn number 2. Into turn number 3. Excuse me. Into turn number 2. Now into turn number 3. They're going to head down that they're going to head down that straightaway. Headed down to turn number 4. And it is pretty much a hornet's nest in the top 3. 45 going to have it. 77 wants it. He's going to look to the outside. Not going to be able to get there. Here he comes into turn number 4. He's going to look to the inside. Can he put the power down? Not going to be able to get it. Brent Smith is going to be able to nose his way out over the double jumps. Here they come into turn number 5. 77 still going to be hot right on his heels. Here comes the 19. He's going to be looking to the inside. Coming into turn number 5. Into turn number 6. They're going to be sideways. 45 lands it. 77 has it. has the second position, but not for long. It looks like the 19 is going to be able to nose his way into the second position. Now into turn number 7. They are pretty much nose to tail, fender to fender as they come out of turn number 7, headed for turn number 8. Across the start finish line for lap number 2. And fenders are going to be flying. Brakes are going to be on, and the 45 is going to be looking to the inside. He's got the 19 pushing him through the corner, headed for turn number 2. And they're bumping and banging, and we got a nice little battle for the 4th position also, as somebody is going to be on the wrong side of the track because it just jumped around on me. And here is that is going to be the battle for 3rd. Olsen just came out of nowhere. He is not going to be in first. He's not in first, folks. He came through on the wrong side of the track. Actually, he's going to be out in 18th, and it just now corrected it. But back here in 4th is going to be Stella and McLaughlin. They are going to be battling for the 4th position. They are going to be pretty much nose to tail. And let's take a ride with one of these drivers. And let's ride with Stella because he can see what's going on in front of him. There you can see your top 3 as he comes into turn number 7. Headed for he's coming out of turn number 6, headed for turn number 7. And there you can see it is still bumping for that top 3. Now he has caught up to the top 3 as he is going to join Brent Smith. Brent Smith lost the lead as they were bumping and banging. You can still see that right front fender missing. 19 looking to the inside, not trying to keep the 45 at bay. 45 is going to have the inside as they come into turn number 3, headed for turn number 4. They are going to be side by side, fender to fender. 45 trying to force some room from the 19. Going to get the 19 a little bit out of shape. Here comes the 29 on the outside into turn number 4. It's going to be a 5-way battle. Who is going to give? They all keep it straight. The 77 going to be able to create a little bit of distance and get away from the chaos right there behind him. And let's take a look from his gearbox cam as there is the battle going on, still bumping and banging for that 2nd position. Salgado, he is trying to give it all he has as we are underway on lap number 4, headed for lap number 5. And this is one of the hardest races I've had to call because it's such tight racing in this mile and a half. And here they come across the start-finish line, headed for turn number 1, and lap number 5 is going to be underway. Still a battle for the 2nd position. 77 is going to be able to nose his way out. Still cannot get that ticker to work. Where is my tower? There it is. Finally got it. Out of there you can see 0.6 of a second separate the leader from everybody else. Oh my goodness. And it looks like Stella was out of shape. The 42, he was up on 2 wheels as they head for turn number 4. And he just sends it in. A little bit of net code. He was inside the 45 for just a second. He's gonna lose a couple parts off that truck. There goes that left front fender. It doesn't know if it wants to leave or stay on. All right, let's go take a look at the rest of the movers. Jeff Ives is going to be the biggest mover. He's going to be up 8 positions from where he started. He's going to have a nice, pretty clean truck as he is going to be in that 921 in the 9th position. He's got Plummer right there behind him. They're showing a little bit of speed, but Jeff Ives is going to be the biggest mover. Roger's going to be He's going to be down 9 positions. He's going to be right there in 12th. Let's see if we can go give you a rundown of where all of the drivers are at this current moment. You got a 77. He's going to be in the lead. You got Stella. He's going to be right there in the 42. He's going to be in 2nd. Up 3 positions is going to be Brent Smith in the 45. The 19 of Drew Salgado. He is going to be up 1 position in 4th, as these positions are still changing because they are pretty much right there together. You got Rickard. He is going to be right there in 5th. He's going to be up 3 positions. Up 4 is going to be McLaughlin. He's in that number 29. Crowther, he is going to be down 6 positions. He started pretty much on the pole, but now he's going to be showing in the 7th position. Johnson had a pretty good run in his heat, lost a couple of positions, and now he finds himself up 4 from where he started this race in 8th. You got Plummer. He is going to be back here in the 9th position, up 5. Still the biggest mover of the race is going to be Jeff Ives in your top 10. You got Crawford. He is going to be right there in the number 3. He is going to be just outside of the top 10, trying to make something happen. It looks like he just brushed the wall just a little bit, coming out of turn number 5, headed for turn number 6. But he is holding well in that 11th position. You got Rylan Rogers. He's in that number 31. Or excuse me, in the number 20. He is going to be down 9 spots in 12th. Right now, Salgado, he is going to have the fastest lap on the track at a 1.16.9. So, fastest lap is going to go to the 2nd place. And this is still comp caution at lap number 7, and we are now under yellow. A lot of big action going on in the top 5. It's definitely not disappointing. We haven't seen a truck on the lid yet, but it's bound to happen in the next coming laps. You got a couple of drivers that are going to be a lap down. You got Nordstrom. He is possibly going to get back on the lead lap. You got Adam Flieger. He is going to be back here in 17th. He's going to be a lap down. 2 laps down is going to be Corey Olson. He had a few issues. Brandon Matthews. He is going to be 3 laps down. Dylan Hunter is going to be out of the race, and Jeff Nordstrom, he is going to be out of the race. But 77 is going to get them all bunched back up, and we're going to take the green flag once again. And this Comp Yellow is definitely went a lot better than the first 2 that I've seen. We had a couple of incidents happen when they took got the yellow earlier, and we are going to be back under green, it looks like. .77, he is going to be out to about a 0.3 of a second lead. And nope, we're not under green just yet. They're going to bring him in, fix him up, gas him up, and get ready to go once again. I do believe they do have a fast repair. So, oh my goodness, there's all kinds of trouble in the pits. Somebody's going to be on their lid in the pits, and I don't know who that is. But let's see. Oh, the 42 is having all kinds of issue. His truck is just doing a little bit of breakdancing in the pits. And that is going to be a shame because now he's going to have to tow that truck. But luckily, they are under caution. 77 going to be down and away. 19 going to be down and away. 45 going to be down and away. Bringing those trucks back out. McLaughlin, he's going to be restarting in the 4th position. You got the 53. He is going to be... Oh, he had a little bit of battle with the 66. So the 66 is going to beat out the 53. And let's get ready to go back to green flag racing. As we still have 9 laps left into tonight's race. Coming to 8 laps to go. Get them all bunched back up. A few trucks still in the pits. Here they come. Andreas in the 63. He's bringing his truck out. Plummer going to still be in the pits. Ives going to still be in the pits. He's going to be down and away, maybe. And it looks like a couple trucks getting their laps back. All right, is SDK going to cooperate? Oh, yes, it is. There we go. SDK cooperating. For the moment. A lot of tracks have a lot of twists and turns, but... Ooh, wrong one. There you can see a couple of those trucks getting their laps back. They're going to catch up to the tail end of the field as they are coming out of turn number 3. Luckily, this is a little bit bigger track, so they can really whip it around and get caught back up to the tail end of the field. The 726 is going to be the last one to catch up, and I believe we will go green this time by as they are coming into turn number 4. Once again, have quite a few viewers out there on the stream. Appreciate y'all stopping by, joining me over here at Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. Don't forget, we do have the Roku channel, so if you want to watch this on the big screen, you can download the channel on your Roku device and watch it on the big screen if you're not already watching it on YouTube. Now these trucks have seen better days, but they're still showing a lot of speed, and here they come into turn number 5. And here they go. They're already going to be green. 77 going to have a nice jump just before turn number 6. And here he comes on the exit of turn number 6. He's going to have the 19 right there hot on his heels, headed for turn number 7. And it looks like the 19 is going to look to the inside. Is he going to be able to get there into turn number 7? Nope. He's going to give him a little bit of a bump, though. And here comes a 45. Here comes a 42. All going to be bumping and banging as they come out of turn number 7. Headed for turn number 8. This is going to be a tight turn into turn number 8, 42, 45, and 19. All going to be 3 wide. And here comes the 79, now 4 wide as they come across the start-finish line. 77 wants no part of that as he is going to try to get himself out in front as far as he can. 1.3 seconds separates the 77 from the rest of the group as they are still going to be 2 wide coming out of turn number 3, headed for turn number 4. And it looks like they are going to be a nose to tail, but who's going to send it into turn number 4? And it looks like everybody is going to just send it and to see if it sticks. And it looks like the 19 and the 53 are going to get together as they come out of turn number 4, headed to turn number 5. It's still going to be nose to tail racing. And let's see if we can find some of this action in the back. And it looks like Crawford, he is going to have Jeff Ives right there to his outside as they head to turn number 6. That battle did straighten out. It looks like 1.6 seconds separates the 77 from the 45. And the 45 is still got McLaughlin right hot on his heels. And McLaughlin is going to get a hit from Rickards as they come into turn number 7. Oh, airborne! Front tires are going to be up off the track for the 79, but he does land it, and they are continuing to bump and bang as they come in turn number 8, headed for that start-finish line. 79 trying to get it straight, trying to get off the rest of the trucks, and he does, but looks like the 289 that's going to be Plummer, excuse me. He is going to have his hands full of Rickards on his outside. Now he's going to be on the inside as they come into turn number 3, headed to turn number 4. Johnson trying to get away from this mess, and he is right now going to be one of the biggest movers of the race. He's going to be up 7 positions from where he started. And here it is, turn number 4, that tight hairpin. And 42, 53 is going to be door banging as they come out of turn number 4. Headed for turn number 5. They got it straightened out for just a moment, but not for long. Turn number 5, side by side. Here comes the 298. Oh my God! Somebody just flipped, and that's going to be the 42, Anthony Stella. He is going to be upside down and inside out. And that truck is going to be toast. It's smoking. That motor is going to be done. And the 77 right now is going to be 1.6 seconds. He is trying to extend that lead with 6 laps to go. Still got Smith hot on his heels as he has had a lot of speed in that truck for the last 2 races. He won the last race. He's looking for another win. Can he get there? The first race didn't go his way. He did have second, and he would have had the win, but a lap down truck came out of nowhere and just the lap down truck was flipping in one of the turns and ended up on his side of the track and kind of took him out. But he did land a second place finish, but the last race he did get the win. He's looking for another win. He got the 19. He's going to be sending it into turn number 4. Going to be able to put the power down. He's still got a little bit of ground to make up. He's got about 1.2 seconds to Smith. And it looks like it's going to be a little bit spread out. Now the the hardest charger right now is going to be that 298 of Gavin Plummer. He is going to be up 9 positions, just 1 position over Jeff Ives. Jeff Ives can be tied if he can make up another position around the 53. And it looks like that battle is going to be underway as we have 5 laps to go into tonight's race. 921 not able to get there. Going to look to the inside as they come into turn number 7, headed for turn number 8. 921 going to put the power down. He's got Andreas right there, and that's number 63. He is going to be trying to take over a position, but he lost a little bit of ground in turn number 7, or on the exit of turn number 7. 77 now going to have Brent Smith within a half a second of that 77 truck, so we could see a lead change with only 4 laps to go. Doesn't have a lot of time to get there, but can Smith get there in time? Stella going to be all the way back here he was battling for, second place. Now he's going to find himself just in front of the leaders. After that incident, he is fighting to stay on the lead lap. Here they come down into turn number 5, into turn number 6. That long left-handed carousel turn. Headed for turn number 7. Smith still within 0.3 of a second. Now it extends to 0.4. And into turn number 7, it looks like the 19 is going to be trying to give Smith a little bit of a battle, but couldn't get there out of turn number 7. Now into turn number 8, we got a battle for the lead. If Smith can put the power down, he can be right there. Not going to be able to put the power down as they come into turn number 3 and headed for turn number 4. It looks like Smith has a little bit better entrance into turn number 3, and now he's going to bump the 77 and take over the lead. A bump and run headed for turn number 4, and it looks like the 77 is going to lose another position. And that is going to be the 77 and the 19 coming into turn number 4, and 19 is going to send it in. He's going to get to the 45. A little bit of a bump did not disturb that number 45 as he still keeps the lead. We got all kinds of stuff going on SDK, but it is a 3-way battle with 3 laps to go. Here they come into turn number 5. And it's going to get sorted out. Brent Smith going to be sailing it through the air into turn number 7, turn number 6. '77 doing all he can to get that lead back, and he is going to rub fenders with the 45 as they exit turn number 7, headed for turn number 8. But the 19 is going to be right there in the mix. Now 19 is going to overtake the second position as they cross over the start-finish line. Here is going to be your hardest charger of the race so far. He is trying to get around McLaughlin in that 4th position. That's going to be the 289 of Gavin Plummer. He's shown some speed tonight as he is still hot on the heels of that number 29. Got Joey Rickards. He's not going to be too far behind as he is going to be running in second. He's going to be up a couple positions, hitting that dirt embankment, upsetting that truck a little bit. He lost a little bit of ground, and you still have the 77 and the 45 going at it. And here comes the 19. This is still a 3-way battle for the lead. As of right now, the 19 has his nose out there, coming into turn number 5. A little bit of rubbing from the 45 to the 77. 77 going to be up on his 2 wheels. Holy cow. And that's going to lose. He's going to lose a little bit of ground and give the lead back to Brent Smith in the 45, coming into turn number 6. A lot of action going on in the top 5. What a race this is. 19 going to fall back to 3rd. Gavin Plummer, he is going to be right there in 3rd as Salgado in the 19. He has lost a few positions. He's got to take his truck to the pits. He's got some right front damage. Brent Smith, no challenger as of yet. 2 laps to go in tonight's feature. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is the final lap in tonight's feature. He's going to have about a 1-second lead over the 77, which has led a lot of laps here tonight. Gavin Plummer, he is going to be right there. He is going to be the hardest charger of tonight's race in that 298. Headed for turn number 4. Got a nice little battle going on for the 4th position. That is going to be McLaughlin and Rickard. That's going to be the 29 and 79. Got Crowther. He is going to be right there in 6th. These 2 are going at it. That's going to be the the 20 and the 63. And it looks like the 20 is going to be a little bit out of shape as he went on that dirt embankment in turn number 4. And I know it does show the 31 on the truck, so that's just a little bit trading paint issues. But Brent Smith, he is going to be your leader headed into turn number 7. This is going to be the final 2 turns, and I believe he is going to have it made in the shade. 1.2 seconds separate him from the 77. And this is going to be the final turn. He is going to be able to take the checkered flag. And he is going to be able to grab it. Hardest charger is going to be this man right here. And our hardest charger award is presented by 906 Dirt. So congratulations to Gavin Plummer for being the hardest charger of tonight's race, up 11 positions from where he was scored at the start. Brent Smith, he is going to be tonight's winner. And just give me a moment as everybody is trying to get across that finish line, and we'll show you tonight's race results. And then we'll be able to talk to our top 3. And Matt Beggy out there saying, I wish I finished that. What an exciting race that was, man. Those, 8 turns with, the top 3 just battling it out, three wide at some points. What a great finish that was. Anthony Stella, he was in the mix, but he just fell short. He fell all the way back to 16th, but it looks like everybody has finished. So let's see those final results. All right, final results are going to be Brent Smith. He is going to be bringing home the win here tonight. And sorry, I know this. Notice that says Cup Series. That is wrong. But you got Cluss. He is going to be finishing in 2nd. Gavin Plummer is going to be finishing in 3rd. Austin McLaughlin. He is going to be finishing in 4th. Joey Rickards in 5th. You got Corey Crowther in 6th. You got Johnson in 7th. You got Rogers in 8th. You got Andreas in 9th. And Jeff Ives in 10th. 11th is going to belong to Drew Salgado, as he had some great battles going on for the lead, and he got too much damage, had to take his truck into the pits. Jeremy Nordstrom, he is going to be finishing out in 12th. Tyler Hang, hopefully I said that right, is going to finish out in 13th. 14th is going to be Chase Crawford. 15th is going to be Adam Flieger. 16th is going to be Anthony Stella. 17th is going to be Matt Banky. 18th is going to be Corey Olson. 19th is going to be Brandon Matthews. 20th is going to be Dylan Hunter. And 21st is going to be Mr. Jeff Nordstrom. All right, well, that's tonight's race. We're going to go see if we can catch up with our winners or our podium finishers. And let's see if they're... Nope. They're not where they're supposed to be. Yeah, let's see if we can find Mr. Gavin. I think that's him right there. And let's bring him down. Mr. Gavin, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy. I pulled him in the wrong one. Gavin, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy. Man, what a race that was for you. Up 11 positions. You are our hardest charger for tonight's race. Man, talk to us a little bit about that race. That was so action-packed. How did you go from where you started all the way up to 3rd? a couple of mistakes by some other drivers was you were able to make up those positions. Man, your truck was falling apart, but it still showed some speed. You were able to keep McLaughlin and Rickard at bay as you crossed over to start finish line for that third position. Man, what an amazing race that you had. Were you expecting this kind of finish here tonight? Well, good deal, good deal. Hold on one second. I got to fix the audio issue. For some reason, it's not picking up. Well, you joined us, yeah. It's all good. For some reason, it's not wanting to pick up that. Let me see. One second. I'm sorry about that. All right, maybe we, okay. Now I do believe we have you now, Gavin. Let me just make sure. All right, sorry about that, Gavin. Let's see if we got your audio now. Got a copy?
Copy.
Yeah, there we go. For some reason, I had it on. For some reason, it didn't want to pick up your audio, but we got it now. But man, you ran a great race. You know, hardest charger. You know, that's got to be a pretty good feeling. Yeah, you know, coming up through the field, truck all banged up, missing fenders, missing parts, and you had some problems on pits, and you know, finishing third. That's not a bad way to go. Now you have a few. You have some. You have 3 more tracks. You know, for the rest of the season. So how you feeling about next week, which it looks like we're at Wild West. I can't see that. I don't have my glasses on. It looks like the Wild West.
Yeah, Wild West is a track.
So how you feeling about next week?
I'm feeling confident. I've got a 3rd place every single race I've been in so far, so consistency is key with points and stuff too, so I feel like I'll be sitting pretty good. So it was fun. Wild West I haven't really played a bunch, so I'll have to play a little bit, but other than that, I think I'll be pretty confident if I put a couple of laps on that track before we go and practice a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I'm feeling confident for the last couple of races.
Absolutely. Well, you know what comes with those podium finishes, as you are no stranger to them. Man, you can have all the shout-outs you would like to give.
I'd like to thank Top Tier Motorsports, my mom, my dad, US Bank J.K. Roth, Dan's Roofing and Coating, Meta Custom Apparel, B&B Power Sports, TW Services, Best Excavating, Power Sports Coatings, Robert Trucking, and everyone for watching the live.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it, man. You go celebrate, and we will catch you next week at the Wild West.
All right, thank you.
Not a problem. All right, let's talk to our second place finisher. Klaus, is that how I pronounce it?
It is Klaus.
Klaus.
Klaus,
okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that. I very much apologize, man.
You're good.
You had a great race, man. You had such a good battle, pretty much for every lap, 3 wide, bumping and banging, and you know it was just a matter of who was gonna give. And a last minute bump from the 45 of Brent Smith, you know, he was able to get out in front and keep it. But what a great race that you had, man. Talk to us a little bit about, you know, about it. You know, how are you feeling? You know, was there something you could have done a little bit better? You know, tell us about it.
I'm feeling good. That was a fun race. This is the best finish I've had so far in the season. So yeah, I was feeling good coming into it. Got a really good start. I got a really good restart. Yeah, I don't know what it feels like to be setting the pace. So I definitely my pace definitely fell off. The bigger my lead got, for sure. So a little nervous up there. But yeah, there was some carnage out there, man. It was some carnage. So it kind of devolved a little bit towards the end of the race into some extra door banging that really didn't need to happen. But it was a good race. Yeah, it was fun. I had fun. Glad to be up here.
Man, you pretty much dominated in your heat, and then you bring it here. We were saying that you were going to be one of the trucks to look at as in the final feature, and definitely you were. You did not disappoint. You led a few laps, you battled for a few laps, and then you bring home a podium finish. So not a bad night for that number 77 Toyota. Man, you got the Wild West coming up next week. How you feeling about that? Being the fourth race of the season, you only have about 2 races left. How you feeling? Coming into next week.
Yeah, I'm excited to run Wild West. It's a track I haven't done too many laps around, but I did a few last week sometime or a couple weeks ago. And it's a really fun track. It's fast, so it's gonna be an interesting race for sure.
Well, interesting. We love it. The battling. If it's anything like tonight, is definitely entertaining for the folks at home. But what a great job that you did here tonight. You had a couple fans out there. Josh was out there rooting for you, and a couple others actually. But man, great job here tonight. And we're gonna hand the mic over to you, and you can give all the shout outs that you would like to give, my friend.
Oh, thank you, sir. Well, first off, all glory to God, always. He's the only reason that I'm here doing this. Then both my parents, mom and dad, the old Liberty Marine Center trucks looking good. Curry at Track Solutions, awesome guy. Nordy for putting it on. He deals with a lot of stuff to do this for no gain to himself other than to provide a bunch of fun for a bunch of people. So big shout out to him. All the racers, everybody for providing good battles and keeping it clean when we can. And you for the stream, man. So appreciate it.
I definitely appreciate that, man. Go celebrate. You definitely earned it here tonight, and we can't wait to see what you can do next week in the Wild West.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
You too. All right, now it is that time where we talk to our winner. Win number 2 for Mr. Brent Smith. And he's on a winning streak. Does anybody have anything to stop this man? Because last week the last race he got a win, and the win before the race before that he got a second place finish. So he's got a top 3 truck almost each and every week so far. Mr. Brent Smith, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Man, what an amazing night that you had tonight, beating and banging, and you come out with the win. Bump and run. Definitely did you well. Man, talk to us a little bit about how your race went.
Well, to start the night, I didn't even get a lap in qualifying, so I kind of hurt myself to start the race, and I think I started 9th on the heat race, got up to 3rd. I just didn't have the speed. It felt like made some bumping and banging go on, and it just was a bummer deal. But then we got to the feature, got a decent start, and it just was like everybody just went nuts. And I promise it might look like I was punting people back and forth, but they were getting into me, and then they would sandwich me, and I'm like, all right, guys, let's chill out a little bit. Let's race forward, not behind. And I had Chris Plumley on my radio trying to keep me calm, and I was getting frustrated. But that's sometimes how it goes. I see it every weekend when I announce AMSOIL Championship Off-Road. Like, when the gloves are off, the gloves are off. So if they want to play that way, I don't mean to take anybody out. But if you're going to bump me, I'm going to bump you. We're going to give and take, and you do what you got to do to make it to the front without taking anybody out. And that's what I had to do. And it felt good. The truck was fast and just had to get in my zone.
How difficult, compared to the other tracks that we've seen, this one looked like it had a few more challenges than the first 2 tracks. What were you doing to overcome those challenges from the other tracks that we've seen?
Just trying to stay focused, stay calm, and try to hit your marks. And then when a guy comes into you and bumps you out of the way, it's hard to keep that whole lap on pace. So you have to just try to refocus anytime you can. It seemed like every other corner I had to try to refocus because you were getting bumped and banged around. But from other tracks to this track, normally this is a high-flowing, fast track. But today it just seemed like you were always in carnage, and you had to do whatever you could do to stay online. And that's what you have to do. You just got to focus a lot and do your best. And that's all I could say tonight.
Absolutely. Well, the best you did, and you come out with the win. And once again, we head to the Wild West next week. That's going to be race number 4. We only got a couple races left in the season. How are you feeling about next week?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I mean, I haven't had a lot of time. I've been in and out of town and being pretty busy with other things going on, and I don't get on the simulator that much, so I only get on race night. So I'm going to have to put a couple laps in, try to dial it in as much as I can, and that's what you got to do. You just got to try to stay focused on the track you're going to. Hopefully I get some laps in, and it's a fast straightaway track, just like Crandon, so we'll take our hat off and put our gloves on, and whatever we got to do to get to the front, we're going to try our butt off. And I just got to thank everyone that makes it possible. 906 Dirt, all the guys are listening right now. We sit on our simulators and we have fun. We goof around, we try to stay focused, we help each other out. That's what it's all about. I got to thank Smith Graphics, Johnny Holger Racing, HBI, Impact Safety Wear, Wendrix Truss, Yokohama Tire, and just a host of people. James Burke for making my truck look sick every week. And we're just going to keep moving forward. And I appreciate everything you guys do for us to keep us playing and keep us motivated and working on our strategies to become better.
Absolutely. Well, get ready for next week. See if you can bring home another win. So far, you are the leader in the wins. But man, it was a pleasure talking to you. Congratulations once again on the win tonight, and can't wait to see what you can do next week.
Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate everything you guys do, like I said, and let's go into the next one and have some fun.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. You have a good night.
You too, bud.
All right. Well, that's going to conclude tonight's race. Congratulations to our top podium finishers, Brent Smith for bringing home the win, and to our hardest charger presented by 906 Dirt. Also want to thank Rotation Track Solutions and for Nordy 4 Inc. For being a part of the sponsors. Also, we have P1 Racing Simulators and Butt Kicker. So appreciate all the sponsors coming on board to make all this possible to and have it possible for us to bring you the action on screen. So I want to say thank you to all the viewers that tuned in tonight. It was definitely a lot of chaos. Sometimes it was hard to keep up with a lot of the action on the track, but we did our best because these are such fast tracks and so much changes in the blink of an eye. It's hard to keep up with, but we did our best, and hopefully y'all enjoyed it there at home, and thank you for tuning in. So we're going to say good night. Have a great rest of your week, and we will catch y'all next time. So y'all take care. God bless, and take care of each other.